Hi, I'm Stefan. I show you around in our premises of Katanga. Here are our offices. We work here with 4 people. I go down to the showroom. Here we have some Pony 4s. Then the WAW, or Velomobile, waiting to be delivered to a customer in Germany. Here we see 2 prototypes on which we test drivetrains for the VM45. This is drivetrain chainless with a pedal generator, engines in rear wheel hubs and all-wheel steering, so also the rear wheels steer. The other one is more classical chain transmission with 2 engines in the rear hubs. Very powerful. Pony 4 with 2 kit seats. Here we are in the warehouse where we stock parts before production and also the finished bicycles before shipping. This high tower, our Velomobile is waiting for a container to be shipped to the United States. Here we see boxes with the Armadillo, the 4-wheel cargo bike of WAW that we assemble here. Also waiting to be shipping. Then big shelves with all parts for the Armadillo. Our assembly room. Today we use right part for 4-wheel bikes, empty now, and left part for the WAW Velomobile. In these shelves, we stock all parts for the Pony 4 and for the WAW. We try to keep a big stock, 1 to 2 years if possible. And we made the whole turn. We are back in the office now.
How are you, Stephane?
I'm fine. Hello, everybody.
It is so good to see you again. And I was hoping we could catch up a little and find out what the latest at Katanga is. So, Stephane, tell me, what is new at Katanga? What's new with the WAW specifically?
Yeah, there's a lot of new things happening, but the WAW is a product that is mature, and we do not want to change everything on the WAW. So there are on the WAW just some small changes, fine-tuning. For instance, the roll-off grip shifter we put now on the left side to have shorter cabling to the shifter. We also start to test some slide bearings in the rear suspension. But the WAW, as I told, is a mature product. Last year it won the Sun Trip, which is really a proof of solidity, robustness. So for the WAW, we more work to be able to satisfy our orders well. So and today this means ordering parts, having then big stock, so that we don't miss parts and that we can really supply in time. So delivery times are still 2 months by us. So that's for the WAW.
Okay, and maybe we can just chat for a minute to go into the Sun Trip a little bit. We've talked a little bit on the show about it. Tell me about who rode that WAW and how did it do? What was the configuration of that WAW?
Yeah, it started with a standard WAW that Jean-Marc Duboulot bought with our French dealer. And he had then a French company installed the engine part and probably also the integration with the solar panel. But Jean-Marc is also himself a guy who likes he's very technical and he has sailing boats, for instance, and he also started to himself to fine-tune his WAW. He had the occasion to ride a lot before the test and put some improvements in it. I was myself also at the start of the Sun Trip. I drove it with the Pony 4 with a solar panel, and my dog and my wife had a similar bike with her dog. We went to Brussels and back, so it's also a trip of 2,500 kilometers that we did. So we had occasion to see this wonderful group of people.
Tell me a little about what's going on with the Pony 4. Tell us what it is for the folks that don't know and what your plans are.
The Pony 4, you can find it on a separate website. It's not a faired bicycle, so it's open and it has 4 wheels. And you sit also like on a recumbent bike, maybe a little more straight sitting position. But in fact, it's a very stable bike, which allows then also to take some cargo with you. So my motivation to develop this bike was that I had this big dog and it didn't fit in a Velomobile. And I wanted to use a bike to go to work at least, and maybe to travel. So we decided to build it up with some friended companies in Germany.
You used to do some direct to customers, and then I know that you've worked over the last number of years to expand your dealer network, even to here in the US. Tell us, if you would, about your distribution there in Europe and elsewhere around the world, including the US. What's that like these days?
Yeah, so you are probably all aware that in COVID times and now with the problems in Ukraine and Russia, it's very difficult to get parts. So this has been a very difficult question to solve. It has also much work. Prices have also gone up. So the distribution, the sales was also a little strange in COVID period. Now with the high fuel prices, we see in fact that the sales are picking up a lot. And we continue to sell like before. So we try to have dealers, distributors, and main selling countries. But for instance, in COVID period, it was very expensive to ship bikes, even with sea container to the States. So with Bicycle Evolution in Texas, it has taken several months before the prices of shipping went down to some acceptable level. So there has been some problems there. But in Europe, it's we continue to sell using our distribution channels. Channels means that there are dealers, distributors who are active and they continue to sell whatever happened in the last years. France, Belgium, Germany. We have a very good dealer who started last year in Sweden.
That would be Alva, our friend Alva Henriksen. Yes, yes, of course. What are you working on for the future in terms of the WAW, or in terms of any other new products, or maybe facilities, production, and such? What are you working on now?
Yeah, so I can mention two big things. First, in our product range, we are developing now a new product, which we call for the moment VM45. VM stands for Velomobile, and 45 kilometer per hour, which stands for electric assist till 45 kilometer per hour. Yeah. This is, as you know, in Europe, a bicycle stays legally bicycle as long as the electric assist doesn't help above speeds of 25 kilometers per hour. And if the engine has a nominal output of 250 watts maximum. Yeah. If you go above this, then you fall in another legal category. And we are working to make this Velomobile in this new category. We will have to homologate it, which is a lot of work, a lot of rules to learn to follow, and which has to be controlled later. And it will be a faired bike, dus a Velomobile. We use all the technology that we know, that we have experience with. So it will be a self-supporting bodywork. And it will be with 4 wheels for stability reasons. It will be more comfortable, a little more luggage capacity than the WAW. and it's meant to have electric assist. Yeah, but we will do all we can to have the consumption of electricity very low, so that with just a bicycle battery, or maybe a little bigger capacity bicycle battery, that you have a radius of 300, maybe 400 kilometers. Yeah, that's our goal. So this is a project in which we are very much motivated, and we feel around us that there's a lot of demand for such a product.
Yeah, a car replacement almost type of category. Yes.
Yeah, indeed, it will be a more practical than a Velomobile for people who are not that sporty, or who have to take more luggage and so on. The second item, and we are the place is getting small here, so I've invested in some new place, and we are building a new assembly hall this year, and next year we should move part of the production there, so to help us in our growth.
And that will be close to where you are now, or?
No, it will be some 120 kilometers, 75 miles from here. It's outside the city, because I will also move there with my wife and live there. And we will go with a VM45 once per week here, to follow up the work here. So it's outside of the city, quite far away, close to the Austrian border.
Wow. Very interesting. Lots of new stuff. Like you said, I'm excited to hear all that for you. So, okay. All right. Well, Stephane, thank you so much for sharing that exciting news and the update from Katanga there in Czech Republic. Great to see you, like I said, and we hope to stay in touch and talk to you again soon. Thanks, Stephane.
Thank you too, Gary. Bye.
Bye-bye.